Welcome, Centennial Jags fans. We are here at Ankeny Centennial High School. This is the Centennial Invitational 2025. Ankeny Centennial getting ready to face off against Dowling in their first bracket play game in the championship bracket. Winner advances, loser will probably ref and then go home. In the front court for Ankeny, we have Tatum, Sophie, and Bailey. In the back court, Maya, Ellie, and Megan. Centennial coming out first in their pool, taking out Bettendorf Valley and Dyke New Hartford. Dowling coming in second, a thriller of a match against Liberty, coming up just a little bit short, and then taking out Cedar Falls and East. The Jags will be starting with serve here in the first set. This is best of 3 to 25, third set to 15. Win by 2. So Megan has the ball. We are ready to get this game underway. Got to get the ball cart out of the way of the sideline on the Dowling side. Don't want any girls running into the ball cart while trying to get away from a hit. We are ready to get this set underway. Megan with the first serve. Hard low serve. Dowling able to get it up. They hit it. Try to go cross court. Just a little bit too low in the net. So the Jags will start with the first point here in the first set. Megan back to serve again. Megan another hard serve down the line. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to do a middle slide. Megan with the dig to Maya. Maya out to Tatum. Tatum goes down the line. That's a kill for Tatum on the right side. Both teams have some new pieces in some key areas. So it's going to be a battle here to see who's the most consistent. Megan, another serve down low to the middle. Dowling able to get it up to their outside. They hit a roll shot cross court. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan sets up Sophie. Sophie into the big block. Gets blocked at the net. A great block by Dowling there. Dowling has a big front row. It's going to be a challenge for this Jags team. Haley Klein set to serve for Dowling. Hard serve down the line. Bailey gets it up. Megan gets it up. And then Bailey tries to hit it cross court. That's going to be too low into the net. And so Dowling knocks us at twos here early in this set. Haley Klein back to serve again. Hard serve down the line. Bailey able to get it to Megan. Megan out to Tatum. Tatum goes into the block, gets blocked at the net. Maya able to get it to Megan. Megan to Bailey. Bailey into the block and blocked again by Dowling. Dowling throwing up a wall at the net. The Jags are going to have to figure out how to get around that big wall of Dowling. Haley Klein back to serve again. Deep serve down the middle. Maya with a pass to Megan. Megan quick sets to Sophie. Sophie tips it, gets tipped back. Megan gets it up to Ellie. Ellie to Bailey. Bailey tips it over. Dowling setting up their offense to the outside. They go cross court, partially blocked. Maya with the dig to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum tips it over the block. Can't get it. Dowling can't get the dig. That'll be the soft touch roll kill for Tatum on the right side. So Bailey will check out. Kaylin will check in and serve for the Jags. Kaylin deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set up their right side. Ava goes off the block of Ellie and out of bounds. Two in the right side block there. So a kill for Ava Grotecki on the Dowling side. Dowling back up one. Now getting set to serve. Low serve down the middle. Kaylin to Megan to Sophie. Sophie tips it over. And a little pushover by Sophie catches Dowling off guard. So Sophie will check out. Maddie checks into the front row as Maya rotates back to serve. Maya, low cross-court serve. Dowling pops it up high. They set up there outside. They go cross-court. Maya with the dig. Megan pops it up. Ellie bumps it over. Dowling setting up their offense to the middle. They tip it over. Maya there to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum through the block and down. A couple of great digs by Maya, giving the Jags life on those hard hits by Dowling. So Jags with a 1-point lead. Maya back to serve again. Maya low cross-court serve. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up their right side hitter. Ava hits it cross-court. Megan able to get it up. Maya sets up Tatum on the right side. Tatum goes over the block. Dowling with the dig. They set up their middle. Who hits it through the block? Kaylin gets it up to Megan. Megan to the corner. Dowling gets it up. They're going to set up their right side again. Ava hits a roll shot over. Kaylin gets it up. Maya gets it to Tatum. Tatum down the line. That is just a little bit wide out of bounds. So we are knotted at 5s here. A couple of great digs again by the Jags, but Dowling with their firepower fighting it off. And then just fighting enough for the Jags to make a mistake. So Dowling with the serve. Hard serve down the line. Ellie pops it up for Megan. Megan back out to Ellie. Ellie goes off the block and backwards. Counter Ellie on the outside. Neither team flinching right now. Back and forth we go as Tatum heads back to serve for the Jags. Tatum deep serve. Dowling able to get it up. They set up their middle. Oh, that was their outside hitter, excuse me, trying to go cross court, a little bit low in the net, so the Jags will get the point, leading by 2 now. Tatum back to serve again. Tatum, hard low serve down the middle. Ace for Tatum! A hard serve. It started to hook as it crossed the net. Just enough to throw off the libero for Dowling. Trying to angle it back onto the court. It went sideways instead. Tatum with another serve. Hard low serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up to the middle. They tip it deep. Kaylin gets it up to Tatum. Tatum out to Ellie. Ellie goes through the block and down! Another kill for Ellie on the outside. Sneaking it through the tiniest of windows in that big Dowling block. Tatum back to serve again. Tatum deep serve cross court. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set up there outside. Goes into the block. Blocked off the block. So the Jags showing they can block as well there as Tatum heads back to serve. Tatum low cross court serve. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up there outside. They tip it over. Tatum goes flying, gets it up. Maya setting up Ellie. Ellie with a roll shot. Dowling goes diving, gets it up. They're going to set up their right side. Hits it. Little low cross court into the net. And Dowling will take their first timeout of the set as the Jags up 6. After the timeout, Jags back out onto the court. Dowling breaking huddle, following suit. Tatum back, ready to serve. Tatum cross court serve. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set their middle. Hits it blocked by Megan, but goes out of bounds. A good swing by the middle of Dowling. I couldn't quite see who that was. So Dowling stops the Centennial run, now getting set to serve. Deep serve down the middle. Kaylin with the pass to Tatum. Tatum to Maddie on the slide. Gets blocked. Right back at Maddie as she was standing out of bounds. She was not ready for it. A good swing by Maddie on that middle slide. Just couldn't get out of the way after it got blocked. So Dowling trimming the lead down with another serve. Low serve, Tatum to Megan. Megan gets blocked. Kaylin to Tatum to Maddie. Maddie gets blocked. Maya to Tatum. Out to Ellie. Ellie a little bit low into the net. And suddenly Dowling back to within 3 here. Dowling, short serve down the middle. Kaylin gets it up to Tatum. Tatum to Ellie. Ellie hits a roll shot over. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up their right side. He tips it over, and that is going to be a redo as a ball came flying from another court. A lucky break for the Jags. They were not in good shape on that point. Dowling with the reserve. Hard low serve down the line. Ellie able to pop it up to Tatum. Tatum back out to Ellie. Ellie hits the roll shot over the block and down. A kill for Ellie again on the outside. So Kaylin will check out. Bailey checks in the front row as Ellie heads back to serve for the Jags. Ellie low cross court serve. Dowling able to get it up. They set their middle through the block. Ellie with the up to Tatum to Bailey. Bailey with the roll shot. Dowling in a little bit of trouble. Gets it over the net. Megan able to pop it up to Tatum. Tatum out to Bailey. Bailey off the block and out of bounds. A great tool off the block by Bailey on the outside to get the kill. We'll send Ellie back to serve again. Ellie, deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up their right side. It goes over the block. Tatum able to pop it up. Maya setting up Bailey on the outside. Bailey hits a deep shot. Dowling able to get the dig. They set up their middle. It goes through the block. Ellie goes diving, tries to get a hand on it. Can't come up with it. So Dowling makes the stop. Now getting set to serve. Low serve down the opposite line. That is a little bit too low in the net. So the Jags will get the point. Maya will head out. Sophie heads into the front row. Maddie will check out. Nora checks in and will head back to serve for the Jags. Nora hard low serve off the top and over. Dowling gets it to their middle through the block. Ellie diving to try and get that ball. Can't come up with it. Another good set and hit by the middle of Dowling. So Nora will check out. Maddie will come in briefly and then head right back out. Maya will come in to the back row instead as Dowling gets set to serve. Deep serve down the line. Bailey able to pop it up to Tatum. Tatum back to Ellie. Ellie goes low shot around the block. Dowling gets the dig. They set up their middle. Megan able to get it up to Tatum. Tatum to Bailey. Bailey off the block and out of bounds again. And so Megan will head back to serve for the Jags. Hard cross-court serve. Dowling, fantastic up to the middle. Goes deep, and that catches the back of the paint on the Jag side. Good deep shot by the middle of Dowling. So Kaylee Klein will head back to serve for Dowling. Bailey Klein serving down the line. Bailey able to get it up to Megan. Megan setting up Sophie on the slide. Sophie hitting it deep. That is too deep, out of bounds. So Dowling back to within 3. Down 15-12 as Bailey Klein heads back to serve again. Short serve, tries to go just over the net, a little bit too short. So the Jags will get the point. Bailey will check out, Kaylin will check in, and serve for the Jags. Kaylin Hardlow serve. Dowling able to get it up, sets up the right side, goes down the line. A huge swing and put away for Ava Grotucky on the right side. Maya went diving to try and get that ball up, but the velocity behind that one didn't give her much of a chance. So Dowling still within that 3-point range, now getting set to serve. Deep serve down the middle, Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan to Ellie. Ellie tips it over, Dowling able to get the cover. They set up their right side hitter who hits it deep, and that's going to be too wide out of bounds. So the Jags will get the point. Sophie will check out, Maddie checks in as Maya will head back to serve. Maya deep cross-court serve, Dowling able to get it up. They set up their middle, they tip it deep. Kaylin gets it to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum off the block. Maddie goes up to Megan. Megan to Tatum. Tatum tips it over. Dowling with the cover. They're going to set up their back row hitter. Gets a roll shot over. Maya with the dig to Tatum. Tatum quick sets to Maddie. Maddie off the block and out of bounds. Great back and forth effort on both sides. Maddie able to put a hard swing into the block of Dowling and shoot it, careen it out of bounds. So Maya back to serve again. Maya deep serve, and that goes too deep, out of bounds. So Dowling down 4, now getting set to serve. Dowling hard serve down the line. Ellie trying to angle that ball, can't come up with it. The ace by Dowling trimming the lead down to 3. Dowling with another serve. Another hard serve down the line. Ellie able to get it this one to Megan. Megan to Maddie. Maddie tips it over the block. Dowling in a little trouble. They're going to have to bump it over. Kaylin to Megan to Tatum. Tatum goes cross for the kill. Beautiful cross-court shot by Tatum there. Snuck it around the block of Dowling. That earned her a trip to the service line. Tatum getting set to serve. Tatum deep serve down cross court. Dowling able to get it up. Confusion. They got to bump it over. Kaylin with the pass to Tatum. Tatum back sets to Megan. Megan into the block. Kaylin trying to get the dig. Can't come up with it. Good swing by Megan there. Just a little better block by Dowling. So Dowling will get set to serve. Dowling hard low serve. Ellie to Tatum to Megan. He tries to do a roll shot. Just too short into the net, and the Jags will use their first timeout. So both teams have spent one timeout apiece, both with one in their pocket. These are CIML rivals. They're not going to go away. So expect a dogfight all the way to the end. So the Jags break huddle back out onto the court. Dowling following suit, now getting set to serve. Hard-low serve just a little bit too low in the net. And a lucky break for Dowling as the ref was not ready. Says reserve it. The lower or deeper serve, Tatum to Kalen, who pushes it over. Dowling setting up their offense to the outside, goes into the block of Maddie and out of bounds. So a good swing by, I think that was Kaylee Klein who hit that one off the block and out of bounds. It's hard for me to see the numbers on the opposite side. Hard low serve, and Kalen gets it up to Tatum, to Maddie on the slide. Block! Maya gets it up to Tatum, to Ellie. Ellie with the roll shot goes off of Dowling and down the side for the kill. A soft touch kill by Ellie. So Kalen will check out. Bailey will check into the front row as Ellie heads back to serve. Ellie, cross-court serve, Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up there outside. Who hits it cross-court? Maya with the dig to Maddie, to Bailey. Bailey goes deep. That's going to be, oh, nope. Dowling gets it up. They go into the block, gets blocked at the net. Oh, sorry, they said it didn't clear the net. That was 4 hits on Dowling. So the Jags will get the point. Ellie back to serve again. Ellie, short serve, Dowling there. They're going to set up their right side hitter. Hits a roll shot deep. Ellie able to pop it up to Tatum. Tatum back out to Bailey. Bailey goes over the block, but Dowling able to get the dig. They set up their right side again. They do roll shot, and the Jags froze in place on that one. So a good roll shot kill by the right side of Dowling. Dowling getting set to serve. Dowling, low serve down the middle. Maya with the pass to Tatum, and they're going to say Dowling stepped on the line. So Maddie will check out. Nora checks in and will head back to serve for the Jags. Maya will head out. Sophie will head into the middle. Nora, hard serve cross court. Dowling able to pop it up. They set up their right side. Hits it cross court. Tatum gets it up. And then Megan gets it up. Nora gets it up. It goes over. Dowling setting up their offense to Kaylee Klein. Blocked up the net. Dowling gets it over. Nora gets a hand on it. It goes backwards. Ellie tries to slap at the ball. Can't come up with it. A great block by the Jags. Dowling able to tip it up. Jags went to scramble mode, not able to get it back over in 3. So Nora will check out, Maddie will head in, and then head back out as Maya will replace Maddie in the back row. Tessa back to serve for Dowling. Hard low serve, Kaylin gets it, or Ellie gets it to Tatum. Sophie blocked at the net. Dowling able to get it up, goes cross court. Bailey tries to push the ball up, but it goes backwards out of bounds. Nice hard swing by Tessa there on the serve. Put a lot of pressure on the Jag system. They couldn't quite get in the system. Tessa another serve, hard low serve down the line. Bailey tries to get the ball, can't come up with it. And we are knotted at 22s here in the first. Tessa cross court serve. Maya able to get this one to Tatum. Tatum to Sophie. Sophie through the block and down. A kill for Sophie in the middle. So the Jags back up 1. Megan will rotate back to serve. Megan deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set their middle. Hits it cross court. Catches the back baseline. Dowling running that 3-set option very effectively here in this first set. Kaylee Klein back to serve for Dowling. Deep serve down the middle. Ellie able to pop it up to Megan. Megan to Bailey. Bailey under the block and backwards. Dowling able to get it up, sets up their right side. Blocked by Sophie! And they're going to say reserve. So we're going to reserve that ball. Jags thought they had it. I'm not sure what happened. I think the down ref changed their mind on whether they actually got the dig or not. So Dowling with the reserve. Hard low serve. Bailey able to pop it up to Maya. Maya back out to Bailey. Bailey goes into the block and down! A kill for Bailey on the outside. So Bailey will check out. Kaylin will check in. And serve set point number 1 for the Jags. Kaylin deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They set their outside. They go through the block. Kaylin gets it up to Megan. Megan to Ellie. Ellie tips it deep. Dowling able to get the cover. They're going to set their right side. They go cross court. And that is a beautiful cross court shot by Ava Grotecki, painting the back angled corner. So Dowling getting set to serve. Deep serve. Kaylin able to pop it up to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum into the block. Kaylin with the cover to Megan to Ellie. Ellie hits a roll shot over. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to tip it over. Megan gets it up. Maya gets it up to Tatum. Tatum hits a roll shot deep. Dowling gets it up to their outside. They go deep, and that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. And the Jags back up 1. So Sophie will check out. Maddie checks into the front row as Maya serving set point number 2 for the Jags. Maya cross court serve. Dowling able to pop it up. They set up their outside. They go cross court. Maya with the dig to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum roll shot over. Dowling ready for it. They're going to set their back row hitter who tips it over. Tatum able to pop it up to Megan. Megan out to Ellie. Ellie with the soft roll shot. Dowling with the cover. They're going to set their right side who hits it over. Megan able to pop it up to Maya. Maya setting up Kaylin who hits it a little bit too low in the net. Knotted at 25s as Dowling gets up to serve. Extra innings. Here we are here in the first set of this Centennial Dowling match. Hard serve down the line. Ellie able to pop it up to Megan. Megan back sets to Tatum. Tatum goes cross court. Dowling with the dig. They set up their back row hitter who hits it, goes wide, too wide out of bounds. And so Tatum will head back and serve set point number 3 for the Jags. Tatum low serve down the middle. Dowling able to get up to their middle, goes off the block and out of bounds. A great quick set by Dowling. So Dowling getting set to serve. Neither team flinching, going back and forth. A fun set of volleyball here in the first set. Hard serve down the line. Ellie pops it up to Tatum. Tatum back to Maddie on the slide. Maddie does a roll shot. Dowling able to get it up. They set up their outside. They go cross court. Wide out of bounds. So Jags back up 1. So Kaylin will go out. Bailey will come into the front row as Ellie will head back to serve for the Jags. Ellie deep cross court serve. Dowling able to get it up. They set up their middle through the block. Ellie with the dig to Tatum. Tatum to Bailey. Bailey tips it over the block. Dowling with the dig. They're going to set their right side. They tip it. Maya with the dig to Tatum. Tatum back to Megan. Megan goes down the line for the kill. Megan with the kill on the right side to win the first set. 28-26. My goodness, what a first set. as we head into the second set. In the front court for the Jags, Bailey, Tatum, and Sophie. In the backcourt, Ellie, Megan, and Maddie. What a fun first set of volleyball. Back and forth, both teams throwing haymakers at each other. The Jags just edging out Dowling ever so slightly. Maddie will check out. Maya checks in the back row, and the Jags will be on serve receive here in set number 2. So Dowling with the first serve of the second set. Ellie with the pass to Megan. Megan to Sophie on the slide. Sophie tips it over. Dowling touched the net, trying to get that block. So the Jags will get the first point of the second set. Bailey checks out. Kaylin checks in and will serve. Kaylin serve low down the line. They set it up cross court by Dowling. A great cross court shot by Kaylee Klein of Dowling. Showing she can power it through even the best of defenses. So Kaylee Klein back to serve. Hard low serve down the line. Ellie with the pass to Megan. And then Dowling on the overpass tried to hit it. Megan was trying to reach over the net. And they called Megan for going over the net. So Dowling leading 2-1 here early in this second set. Kaylee Klein with the second serve. Ellie pops it up to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum chips it cross court. And it throws the Dowling defense. So the Jags will get the point. Sophie checks out. Maddie checks in the front row as Maya will head back to serve for the Jags. Tessa had started off serve with Dowling there. Tessa Holdorf. Maya hard low serve, just a little bit too low in the net. So Dowling back up 1 here in a must-win set for Dowling. Jags trying to cap it at 2. Hard serve down the line. Ellie with the pass to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum goes through the block and down. Great swing by Tatum there to sneak it through that window to get the kill. So Tatum will head back to serve for the Jags. Tatum serving down the opposite line. Dowling able to get to the right side. Blocked by Ellie. Dowling gets it back up. Back to the right side. They go deep, and that's going to be too deep out of bounds. So the Jags up 1 here early in the second. Tatum heads back to serve again. Tatum hard serve down the line. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set their middle. Has to tip it over, and they're going to call Jags in the net. So Dowling will get the point. Dowling getting set to serve. Dowling deep serve. Ellie able to get it to Tatum. Tatum to Maddie on the slide. Through the block. Dowling with the dig. They tip it deep. Kaylin gets it up. Tatum gets it up. Ellie going cross court just a little bit too low in the net. Fantastic dig on the Dowling side there. I couldn't see who got that one. It happened so fast. Either way, Dowling back up 1. Now getting set to serve. Deep serve down the line. Ellie with the pass. Tatum to Maddie. Maddie tips it deep, and that's going to be too deep out of bounds. So Dowling pushing the lead to 2. Short serve, Megan with the pass to Tatum. Tatum back out to Ellie. Ellie into the block and gets blocked at the net. A great read by the middle of Dowling. Saw Ellie was cutting that ball and was able to put a lid on it right at the net. Short serve, Maya goes diving, gets it up to Tatum. Tatum to Megan, who hits it a little too deep down the line. And the Jags, falling behind by 4 here early in this second set, will have to use their first timeout. So after the timeout, both teams back out onto the court. Dowling getting set to serve. Dowling hard low serve. That goes too low in the net, so the Jags will get the point. Kaylin will head out. Bailey will head into the front row as Ellie will head back to serve. Ellie, deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They set up their middle. Goes around the block. Ellie able to pop it up. Bailey pops it up. Maya bumps it cross court. That'll be a kill for Maya. Maya's second kill of the season. So Ellie will head back to serve for the Jags again. Ellie, short serve down the line. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up there outside. They go through the block. Ellie gets a hand on it, but Jags were in the net. So Dowling will get the point, still up 3, now getting set to serve. Looks like there's a slippery spot on the court for the Jags. Tatum grabbing a towel. Apologies, I don't know all of the Dowling players, and I don't have a lineup next to me. I only know a few girls. I can call their names out, but everyone else, not so much. Serving down the line, Bailey hits it up. Tatum got a hand on it, but no one can get that third ball over. Good serve by Dowling. Pushing the lead back to 4. Dowling with another serve. Hard low serve. Maya pops it up for Tatum. Tatum sets up Ellie in the back row. Ellie swinging just a little bit too low in the net. So the Jags in a little bit of trouble here in this second set. Maddie will check out. Sydney will check into the front row for the Jags as Dowling gets set to serve again. Dowling cross-court serve. Ellie with the pass to Tatum. Tatum back to Megan. Megan goes cross-court. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set their right side. Goes around the block. And everything going Dowling's way right now. They are dialed in. The Jags not able to slow Dowling down at the moment. Dowling with another serve. Deep serve down the line. Maya able to get it up to Ellie. Ellie to Bailey. Bailey goes around the block. Dowling with the dig. Able to get it to the outside. Blocked at the net. Dowling in trouble. Can't get it. After the block, so the Jags will get the point. Sydney will check out. Nora will check in and head back to serve for the Jags. Maya will head out. Sophie will check into the front row. Nora cross court serve. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up their out back row. Middle. And Bailey with the block at the net for the Jags. So the Jags back to within 4 here as Nora heads back to serve again. Nora hard low serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up to their right side. They go cross court. Tatum with the dig. Nora gets it up. Ellie with the roll shot. Dowling there. They're going to set up to their outside. They go cross court. That goes wide out of bounds. So the Jags back to within 3 here in the second as Nora heads back to serve again. Nora deep cross court serve. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set their outside. Roll shot blocked at the net. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set their middle. Blocked by Sophie, but falls on the Jag side. Sophie tried to hit it back over. Got caught in the net. So Dowling will get the point. Nora will check out. Sydney will check in and then head out. Maya will head into the back row as Dowling gets set to serve. Low serve off the net. Maya gets it up and Maya pops it up to Bailey. Bailey tips it over. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up their back row hitter. Oh, not their back row hitter. Ellie to Tatum to Megan, who hits it cross court. Dowling with the dig. They tip it over. And a beautiful tip over by Dowling there. The Jags thought it was going to be a jump ball, kind of let off. Didn't get a chance to get in offensive rhythm after that. They were in scramble mode. Dowling able to capitalize. Dowling, hard serve down the middle. Ellie with the pass to Tatum. Tatum back to Ellie. Ellie goes cross court and it catches the sideline. A great cross court shot by Ellie from the back row. So Megan will head back to serve for the Jags. Megan deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They go to their middle. And they try to hit it over. The middle touched it. The outside tried to hit it over. After that, got caught in the net. Unable to come up with it. So the Jags will get the point. Megan back to serve again. Megan deep serve. Dowling in a little bit of trouble. They get it to their outside. They go off the block and backwards. Ellie gets it up, and they're going to call the Jags in the net. So Dowling will get the point. Still leading by 4. Dowling getting set to serve. The Jags staying right around that 4-point mark. Tessa, hold off. Back for the Dowling, and a ball came onto the court just as she served. So we will redo that point. Tessa with another serve for Dowling. Deep serve down the middle. Ellie with the pass to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum tips it over, gets blocked. Able to pop it back up to Maya. Maya to Bailey. Bailey goes over the block. Dowling with the dig. They're going to set up there outside. Who goes around the block and down. A beautiful shot by Kaylee Klein on the outside. And the Jags will take their second and final timeout of the set. After the timeout, both teams back out onto the court. Tessa back ready to serve for Dowling. Hard low serve down the middle. Ellie with the pass to Megan. Megan to Sophie on the middle slide. Goes around the block. Dowling with the dig. They set up their right side hitter who goes cross court. That's a little bit wide out of bounds. So the Jags will get the point. Bailey will head out. Kalen will head in and head back to serve for the Jags. Kalen deep serve down the middle. Dowling pops it up backwards. Has to get it back on the court and then bump it over. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum goes off the block and backwards. Dowling able to get the dig. They set up their right side hitter who hits a roll shot over. Maya able to get the cover to Megan. Megan out to Ellie. Ellie tries to go roll shot, but a little bit too, I think it was a little too far outside for her to get that back in. So Kaylee Klein will head back to serve for Dowling. Deep serve down the middle. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan out to Ellie. Ellie tips it deep. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set up there outside. Hits a roll shot, partially blocked. Megan able to get it up to Maya. Maya setting up Tatum on the right side. She goes down the line. Kill for Tatum on the right side. So Sophie will check out. Sydney will check into the front row as Maya rotates back to serve. Jags needing a run to get back in this game. Maya low serve, too low in the net. So Dowling getting the ball back up 5, getting set to serve. Hard serve down the line. Ellie pops it up to Megan. Megan back sets to Tatum. Tatum goes down the line again. And again a kill for Tatum on the right side. So Tatum will rotate back to serve for the Jags. Tatum deep serve to the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They set up their middle. Blocked at the net by Megan. So Jags back to within 3 here. Tatum back looking for more. Tatum deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set their right side. Goes off the block. Tatum tries to hit it back inbounds. Can't come up with it. So Dowling gets the stop again. And is now getting set to serve. Dowling cross-court serve. Kalen gets it to Tatum to Ellie. Ellie swinging cross-court just a little bit too low in the net. So Dowling the first to 20 here in set number 2 with another serve. Deep serve down the line. Ellie goes diving to try and get that ball. Can't come up with it. So Ellie will check out. Addie will check into the front row as Dowling gets set to serve with their largest lead of the set. Deep serve down the line. Addie with the pass to Tatum. Tatum to Sydney on the slide. Gets blocked. Maya gets it up. Jostle at the net. Tatum gets it up. It goes over. Dowling setting up their middle. Hits it through the block. Tatum gets it to Sydney. Sydney to Megan. Megan goes around the block. Off the cup is Megan. Megan with a beautiful shot on the right side. And we will have Addie rotate back to serve for the Jags. Addie, hard serve down the line. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set up their outside. Here goes cross court. Addie with the dig. Tatum back on the court, and then Maya bumps it over. Dowling setting up their offense to the right side. Goes cross court. Tatum unable to come up with the dig, and Dowling 3 points away from sending this to a third set. Cross court serve low. Addie with the pass to Tatum. Tatum back to Megan. Megan gets blocked at the net. Addie with the dig to Tatum. Tatum to Kaylin. Kaylin gets blocked. And Dowling very strong at the poles. Not allowing anything to get through. 2 points away from taking the second set with another serve. Deep serve. Kaylin with the pass to Tatum. Tatum back to Kaylin. Kaylin goes down the line. Dowling able to get the dig to the back row. That goes wide, and they're going to say it catches the sideline. So Dowling serving set point number 1. Dowling hard cross court serve. Addie gets it up. Tatum gets it up. Megan goes off. Nope, goes wide out of bounds. So Dowling will take the second set, 25-16. The Jags unable to close that 3-4 point gap, losing by 6 at the end of that set. So we head to set number 3. Deciding set in this game. Who moves on in this championship bracket? In the front court for the Jags, we have Tatum, Sophie, and Bailey. In the backcourt, Maddie, Megan, and Ellie. Maddie checks out. Maya checks in. I'm waiting to see who will actually serve here in this third set. Again, we only played a 15, so can't fall behind too far. Looks like Dowling will be starting with the first serve here in set number 3. Tessa awaiting the ball for Dowling. Tessa deep serve down the line. Bailey with the pass to Megan. Megan to Sophie on the slide. She goes cross court. Sophie with the kill. A great cross-court shot there by Sophie, going against the grain of that Dowling defense. Bailey checks out. Kaylin checks in and will serve for the Jags. Kaylin deep or low serve. It goes over. Ellie with the stuff down on the overpass. And the Jags will start with the first 2 points here in set number 3. Ellie deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set up their middle. Who is it? Blocked by Sophie. Dowling gets it up. They're going to set their right side. Who is it? Partially blocked. Maya able to get the dig to Megan. Megan to Sophie. Sophie tips it off the block and goes over. And Dowling able to hit it over. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan out to Ellie. Ellie off the block and backwards, but Dowling got caught in the net. So the Jags, the first rattle off the first 3 points here in set number 3 as Kaylin heads back to serve again. Kaylin deep serve again down the middle. Dowling able to get it up to their outside. They go into the block. Blocked by Tatum and Sophie. And Dowling immediately will take a timeout. After the timeout, Kaylin heads back to serve for the Jags. Dowling heading into position. Kaylin deep serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They set up there outside. Goes off the block. Megan gets a hand on it, but can't get much else. So Dowling will knot their first point here in the third set. Kaylee Klein heading back to serve for Dowling. Low serve down the middle. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan to Tatum. Tatum around the block and down. Another line kill by Tatum on the right side. As Sophie checks out, Maddie checks in. Maya heads back to serve. Maya cross court floater. Dowling able to get it up to their right side. They go into the block, gets blocked at the net. Dowling gets it up. They set up there outside. They tip it deep. Kaylin gets it to Megan. Megan does Maddie. Maddie tips it cross court. Dowling gets it up. They tip it over. And Kaylin unable to come up with the dig. A quick reflex play by Tessa there. Pushing it over. Jags not quite ready. Couldn't get it back up. So Dowling down 3 with the serve. Deep serve, and that goes too deep out of bounds. So Tatum will head back to serve for the Jags. Tatum, hard low serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They set up there outside. They go roll shot. Kaylin gets it up to Tatum. Tatum out to Ellie. Ellie with the roll shot over. Dowling able to get the cover. They're going to set up their right side hitter. Who hits a roll shot cross court. Megan able to get it to Tatum. Tatum to Maddie. Maddie tips it over. Dowling there. They're going to set up their outside. Who tips it over. Tatum able to pop it up to Maya. Maya setting up Ellie. Ellie goes off the block and backwards. Dowling with the dig. They set up their right side. Who goes down the line? Maya tries to get her hands on it. Couldn't come up with it. So Dowling gets the point. Now getting set to serve. A good swing by Ava Grotecki out on the right side there for Dowling, going down the line for the kill. Dowling deep serve. Ellie pops it up to Tatum. Tatum to Megan. Megan off the block and backwards. Dowling able to get it up. They're going to set up their right side. They go over the block. Tatum gets it up. Maya gets it up. Megan pushes it over. Dowling setting up their offense. To the outside again, goes cross court. Maya unable to get the cover. A good angle shot by Dowling there to trim the lead to 2. Dowling deep serve down the middle. Tatum with the pass to Tatum. Tatum and Maddie on the slide. Dowling in trouble. Can't get it back over. A kill for Maddie on the middle slide. So Kaylin will check out. Bailey will check into the front row as Ellie back to serve for the Jags. Ellie cross court serve. Dowling in a little bit of trouble. Can't get it. Ace for Ellie. And Dowling will spend their second and final timeout of the set as we've crossed the halfway point. So after the timeout, both teams head back out onto the court. Ellie back ready to serve for the Jags. Ellie low serve goes too low in the net. So Dowling down 3, now getting set to serve. Low serve down the line. Bailey able to pop it up to Tatum. Tatum back to Ellie in the back row. Ellie tips it over the block for the kill. The soft touch tip. So Nora will check in. Maddie will check out. Nora's going to head back to serve for the Jags. Maya heads out. Sophie checks into the front row. Nora low serve down the middle. Dowling able to get it up. They set up there outside. They go into the block. Tatum tries to get the dig. And that's Kaylee Klein on the outside. Swinging through the block of the Jags. So Maddie and Nora check out. Maya checks into the back row. Dowling getting set to serve. Hard serve down the line. Bailey able to get it up to Tatum. Tatum quick sets to Sophie. Sophie tips it over. Dowling not ready for the tip over. Then the Jags the first to 10 in set number 3. Megan will head back to serve. Megan serving down the line. Dowling in trouble. Tips it over. Sophie gets it up. Bailey gets it up. Ellie tips it deep. Dowling setting up their offense to the outside. They're going to tip it, partially blocked. Tatum gets it up. Ellie setting up Bailey on the outside. Bailey goes over. Dowling able to get the dig. They set up their outside hitter who goes off the block and out of bounds. Megan diving to try and get that ball. Can't come up with it. So Dowling gets the point. Tessa heading back to serve for Dowling. Hard serve down the line. Bailey with the pass to Megan. Megan setting up Sophie on the slide through the block. Dowling able to get the dig. They set up their outside. Goes through the block and down. A hard swing by Kaylee Klein on the outside. Ellie and Maya unable to react fast enough to get that one. It was a screamer. Serving down the line, Bailey pops it up. Ellie setting up Bailey. Bailey tips it over. Dowling able to pop it up. They're going to set up their middle through the block. Maya dives to try and get the dig. Can't come up with it. And Dowling back to within one. Forces the Jags to use their first timeout of the set. After the timeout, both teams back out onto the court. Tessa getting set to serve for Dowling. Cross court serve. Bailey goes flying to try and get that serve. A great cross court serve by Tessa there for the ace. Knots us at 10s here in the third. Tessa with another serve. Hard serve down the middle. Ellie with the pass to Megan. Megan to Sophie. Sophie gets blocked. Megan gets it up. Ellie gets it up. Maya bumps it over. Dowling setting up their offense. To the right side. Goes over the block. Ellie gets it up. Sophie hits it. It goes over. Dowling trying to get the ball. Hits it sideways. So the Jags back up one as Bailey checks out. Kaylin checks in. And we'll head back to serve. Kaylin deep serve. Dowling pushes it over, and Sophie with the slam down on the overpass. The Jags up 2. Kaylin back to serve again. Kaylin another low serve down the middle. Dowling on the overpass again. Sophie putting it away. The Jags 2 points away from winning the third set and the game. Kaylin deep serve to the middle. Dowling able to pop it up in trouble. It falls on the court. One more serve by Kaylin will end it. Kaylin deep serve down the opposite line. Dowling able to get it up to their middle. They tip it over. It goes wide out of bounds. And the Jags will take the third set 15-10. In a thriller of a game against these CIML rivals. The Jags will move on. Dowling will end their trip there. Hard fought game by both teams. We will end this broadcast and start another one as I believe Ankeny Centennial will face the Ankeny Hawks in the next game. Thank you for watching.